Sony Pictures comes back with their second feature of the year, Wish Dragon, which is premiering on Netflix right now. Does this Eastern retelling of the Genie in the Lamp story do anything different with the concept, or is it more of the same? Let's find out. Din and Lena are childhood friends that have been separated due to moving away reasons, and Din tries to reconnect with his long lost friend after stumbling across a magical teapot containing the Wish Dragon Long, played by John Cho. So, coming into this, it could have easily fell into the trap of just repeating the same formula, similar to Aladdin, and there are a lot of similar beats to Aladdin in this, right down to the pretending to be this rich, well off character in order to get close to the girl. There are definitely a lot of parallels that you can find with this. It's right down to the dynamic between our lead character Din and the dragon Long, who takes the genie role within this. It can detract from a number of viewers. I feel like this will be the biggest detractor of this film for most people, because for the first half it is almost a modern beat by beat retelling of the Aladdin story, but just set in an Eastern culture in the modern day. Though it does branch out on a few things later down the line that I can't really get into without spoiling much. I will say that I do love that they establish the relationship between Lena and Din at the very beginning. They give us a good period montage of their relationship as children. So when they do the part and separate, it does have that devastating impact they aim for. It doesn't quite reach the height of the Up opening, but it definitely does a more watered down take of that opening. John Cho is brilliant as Long the Dragon. I do love the idea that the magical teapot that contains the dragon can only be seen by the master of the teapot. No one else can actually see this wish dragon, which leads to some very nice visual commentary where a random individual will see what appears to be an invisible force messing with the environment around them. And I do like the bond that Long and Din share. It takes a while to build, doesn't feel rushed or forced. The relationship between them two is well built, and while we can see where Long has come from before the big reveal, it is still touching how they show this character's past and how it directly parallels in comparison to Din. I do love Din and Lena's relationship. I do love how they skip some of the cliches, like the whole Lara reveal cliche is quite a common trope in most films. They do something a little different with it in this one. I do love how just genuine it all felt. I do love a lot of the side characters that come and go throughout this. The henchmen that go after Din after this teapot does give a few laughs in this. There's this big one that's this big softy, and you have the stereotypical short one. However, a lot of these jokes can get quite repetitive, and it has this formulaic feel to it. While the art style does do its job at telling this quite cute story, it does have the unfortunate downside of a lot of reveals and plot twists and revelations being almost blueprinted and foreshadowed before they even come about. You can see them coming without anything really shocking you. This film really does have its strength in its cast and how they react opposite each other. The relationship that Din that has with most of the characters in this is by far what carries this, right down to his relationship with his mother and how they do unfortunately lean into some Asian stereotypes of the strict parent saying study hard and get the job done so you have a better off life. But I do love how they try and cross that barrier and really give us some heartfelt moments between Din and his mother. Same thing with Lena and her father. They have this awkward chemistry that's happening between them. It's not awkward as in the sense that I don't feel like they get along. It's more of the stereotypical trope of a parent that's not there and trying to overcome that awkwardness whenever they do interact with each other. Wish Dragon did have its emotional beats and it did have me tearing up at a certain moment. So well done, Sony. You've made me cry twice with two separate movies this year. So well done, you. But Wish Dragon does unfortunately fall into a formulaic pattern with a lot of revelations. And while it does do enough to distinguish itself from stories like Aladdin, it doesn't quite do anything mind blowing in general. Before I get into my grade, if you do like what I do on this channel, consider clicking that like button and subscribing to the channel for more reviews like this coming all the time. I've got a busy weekend ahead of me. Not only do I have to get some belated reviews of Cruella, A Quiet Place 2, and The Father out. If you want to see them, do let me know. If you ain't bothered about those reviews, do let me know. I want to prioritize the ones that you want to see. I'm also going to be looking at In the Heights and also The Hitman's Wife's Bodyguard. So there's a lot to come on this channel. But without any more delay, let's get into this grade. So like I said, Wish Dragon does enough to separate itself from the formula of a genie in the lamp sort of subgenre, but a lot of revelations are predictable, and if it weren't for the cast and the character relationships really carrying this film, it could have just been another easy to forget movie. But there was enough in there to really make you enjoy it. I just wish they had a little bit more meat on the bones when it came to telling this story. Though I did love the villains, I did love the relationship between all three of the lead characters and a lot of the side characters as well. And that for me is why Wish Dragon just needs a bit more sugar. So, Wish Dragon, have you seen it? Do you plan on seeing it? Let me know what you thought down in the comments below. Dare I ask, do you think Sony Pictures are slowly becoming competition for Pixar in terms of the Feels train? Or do you feel like this is just a hot streak Sony's on that will eventually go away? Do let me know in the comments below and keep it wholesome. And until next time, my name is Josh. I've been your Movie Apprentice, and I'll see you in the next video.